Bam! What is good, family? What is good? Happy Monday to everyone. Happy Monday to everyone. We have a good one here this evening. Run my duplicates. All right, fam. Shout out first off and first and foremost, shout out to the best mods in the game. My sis, Shanna Ewing, and Gina versus Gina. Salute to the best mods in the game. Appreciate you more than you know. My man STD is in the building. EMFF, Erica, my five family was in the building, but is probably fast asleep right now. Burner Curl, what's good, sis? Denton, what's happening, fam? Fresh Frank is in the heezy. Fresh Frank, what's good? Tactical Chef, what's happening? Mr. BS in the building. What's good with you? It's all good, fam. We got a big front row. We got room for you too. Greg, what's good? Greg Albone, what's good with you? Just running through the names, making sure BTG is in the building. BTG, did you send me an email? Because I definitely expect to see your best 2011 up there. My main man, Thomas, what's good with you? Good seeing everybody. Black King back again. CG Siege in the building. What's good? Smelly Viking Hooker. Well, that's a name. That's a name. Welcome to the chat, fam. Koi, go mob. Sigmas are in the building for sure, for sure, for sure. Tactical Tina, what's up, sis? What's good with you? CK Kevin, what's happening? Hey, CK Kevin, this is not about the mods, fam. This is about your best 2011, whatever that is, whether it is a stock Apollo 11 V1 or whether it is an Infinity and everything in between, whatever your best or favorite 2011. Okay, BTG sent over one. Good, good, good. All right, all right. So look, fam. Whenever we do a heat check, it always gets a little bit hectic. If you haven't sent in your 2011, you can still send it in. I am going to try to do my best to get through all of the picks. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it is more challenging. Shooter Shaw, what's good, fam? Welcome to the chat. So, but before we do, as we usually do every live, we got a couple of giveaways. So I'm going to do a non-member giveaway and a member giveaway. So my non-member giveaway is going to be this little EDC bag. Damn, if you like me, sometimes on-body carry doesn't work. It's not comfortable. Sometimes you got other stuff. So this little EDC bag is going to be a non-member giveaway. We're going to include with that a 2A NLA patch, keychain, and some Gun Snob stickers. All right. Lonnie Mellon, what's good with you? And for my member giveaway for the night, we're going to be giving away the Old Light O-Sight K. All right. So look, fam, look, if you're not a member, fam, y'all got to get with it. What we doing? Fam, we're going to have some great giveaways all year long. X Factor, go mob. You know how we do it. All right, all right, all right. So look, fam, you know, normally your boy holds it down by himself, right? You guys send in the guns. I moderate everything. I give you my input. I let you guys know what I think. But look, fam, sometimes even your boy has to call in some backup. Right? Sometimes even your boy needs a helping hand. And so I thought I needed that helping hand tonight, fam. And so I reached out to my main man and ask could he join me to help me judge these heat check Monday guns. And so without further ado, let me bring up my main man, my guy, my man 50 grand. Major Havoc is in a building.
What's going, man? Hope you're doing well. Look
Absolutely.
at that. Controversy tonight.
Let's get into it. So look, let me give you guys kind of my methodology in judging a 2011, because I know that different channels, look, Heat Check Award, whether it's Heat Check Mondays or Rate Your Guns or Roasting My Subscribers Guns or whatever, in one form or another, these things have been going on for years and years, exceeding even my tenure on YouTube. And I feel like everybody has a little different approach. I feel like sometimes it gets too gadgety. And what I mean by that is you could have, like, I'll use my man Major Havoc as an example. My man Major Havoc could have a Hayes Customs triport, right? And that gun is a phenomenal gun, arguably one of the best guns that money can buy. But Hayes is known for its kind of classic look. It's not a, hey, look at me kind of gun. If you understand what you're looking at, though, there's no way anybody should ever give a Hayes water. In my opinion, the gun is just too good for that. So I always judge a gun like this, but it has to be one or two things. Either one, the gun itself is so excellent that it stands on its own and you don't need to do anything to it. There are certain guns that fit that bill. Or if it's a more, let's call it a more budget-friendly gun that's maybe lacking in some areas, and you've addressed those areas and dressed that gun up to where it's feeling and looking like a Hayes, okay, then that gives you, fire, right? That gives you that gun is hot. And so that's how I kind of look at it. How do you look at it, Major Havoc?
Well, I take that similar approach on those, what we call the Grail guns or the top tier guns. But I also give a lot of credit for personalization and improvement. So you can take a gun that doesn't have the provenance, that doesn't have the name brand behind it, and you can make it perform and you can make it look and feel better. So, and you've done something to it. So, like, I judge very harshly. If someone has a stock Staccato P, you could just go buy that off the shelf, right? But if somebody else has a Bursa, and they do some slide cuts and they do some porting and they upgrade the grip and it's all tastefully done and it has some pop and pizzazz and personalization, I'm going to actually rate that higher than a Staccato that cost $1,000 more even after upgrades, because they've done something to it and they've put their effort and their personalization and performance into it. I'm more about performance and personalization as well.
I agree with that. So now you guys know how me and Major Havoc are coming. So look, let me say this ahead of time too. I don't want anybody to have hurt feelings. This is all done in fun. If you don't, the only opinion that matters about your gun is yours. So if I happen to feel like a gun is not all that, or Major Havoc feels like a gun is not all that, do not take it personal. It's not an indictment on your gun. It's just maybe we weren't feeling it for whatever reason. Doesn't mean it's not an amazing gun. Doesn't mean like it's not an amazing shooting firearm. I mean, I think Major Havoc would agree, far more important than the gun is the shooter. Right? So if you're a good enough shooter, you can make a high point do magic, right? So don't take anything we say here personally. It's all done in a good natured way, and it's a way to share guns with the community. I know, especially when I first got into firearms, a lot of the ideas that I got came from watching things what other people had done to their firearms. Oh, I never would have thought to do that color scheme. I never would have thought to port it in that way. I never would have thought to change out the trigger in this particular gun. And so a lot of times I would watch these things just to get ideas about what was possible with a firearm. So think about that as well. All right, look, without any further delay, let's get into it. All right, so hold on, give me a second. Let me pull up. Let me pull up. Okay.
There we go.
Share screen. Window. All right, fam. This is our first 2011 of the night. You can tell that this gun has been well used. So my man is putting rounds through it. And sometimes that's admirable. This is the Cosent 3.5-inch gun. I love this gun. Now, it is ported, pin and grip safety, red dirt trigger. It's got a RMR HD on it and a TLR7, it looks like. What do you say, Major Hab? What do you think about it?
I tell you what, being as I've shot those since they began, performance-wise, it's unparalleled in the compact market with those ports. It's just, and that's the Cosent grip that they make. It feels good. There's no magwell on that, right?
No magwell.
Okay, yeah. So it looks like they are carrying that gun. Man, I tell you what, I like it. I like it.
Okay.
Now, personally, on a gun that large, I might not have used that optic, but the gun itself, and that's a great optic, but it's pretty giant. If I'm carrying it, I don't know. I love the optic. I love the gun. I mean, it's going to get high marks with me. I might would have went with probably a regular RMR.
Yeah, that's what I have on mine. But awesome gun. RGG, what's good, fam? Hold on, let me say what's up to the people I missed. Patrick Irie in the building. Salute. Yeah, so I would agree. Now, this is an example of a gun where it is 100% stock. Nothing has been updated or upgraded, but it's just such a quality gun. What say the chat? If you guys like it, put fire out there. If not, let us know. Let us know. Black King says classic. Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Then said need to add a Cosent to the phone. Look, they make really, really good guns. And like Major Havoc said, sub 4 inches, I don't know if anybody makes a better compact gun than Cosent. 100%. I think that is fair. All right.
Yeah, Tactical Chef has one of the prototypes of that gun right there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. He came from my collection.
He sent in a couple for us to take a look at. So maybe okay. Okay. We coming with the heavy hitters already. Next up.
Oh, no.
We have not one, but 2 Venoms. It looks like 1 quad port and 1 overkill. Look.
What you going to say?
Call me biased, but if you own a Venom, you're the man. You own 2 Venoms, you're twice the man. Out of here. That is off the chain for me. What say you, Major Havoc?
Well, I'm telling you what, that's it. There's how you beat that. A pair of the Grails. That's it.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to say it. Definitely Venom. When you talk Venom, Rafferty, Hayes, Infinity, I don't know if you would add anybody else to that list. These are really Grail guns.
Yeah, I haven't seen a 5th one come in. I mean, those 4 right there, they're at the class by themselves.
Yeah, agreed. All right. Let's keep it rolling. send a couple emails. Look, so let me tell you this real quick, Major Havoc. So as the emails come in, I can't, and you and I are probably in the same situation. Both of us have a ton of firearms. Both of us have a lot of 2011s. To try to pick your favorite is probably a challenge. And so a lot of guys, I'm getting the email saying, hey, I couldn't pick one. So I'm sending you a few. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, I would say
more than one.
If you have 3 or 4 and you can't pick one, just imagine the dilemma we face today.
Right. Oh, okay.
How do you pick your favorite kid? If you,
right.
It better never cross your lips.
Right. Okay. All right. Speaking of Grail gun.
Oh no.
Speaking of Grail gun.
That,
my friends, is the Hayes Island Barrel Tri-Port. I have the exact same gun. It is an amazing shooting 2011.
My amazing. Gosh. Yep. I love that colorway. That's one of my favorites from Hayes.
Yeah, they did that. Siege was talking about the coast, and she said it's not cute though. It could have used a little more flare points, Siege. I agree. Thomas said too small. He was talking about let me catch up with these comments real quick. Tom said too small for my liking. Yeah, it's a carry gun. So if you're not carrying it, that gun doesn't make a lot of sense. Everybody was fire on all of the all of the other guns. Then said, I love all my kids. Absolutely. Oh yeah. Now everybody's on the Hayes. Yeah, no. That Hayes is something special. Okay.
Yep, beautiful.
Hit Squad competition shooter salute. He said, that's my Grail end all be all. Look, that is not a bad gun to make it your end all be all. That is not a bad gun to make it your end all be all. And they are just, it's the combination of the fact that the guns are so good. They're aesthetically beautiful. They're amazing shooters. They also are very challenging to get your hands on. And I think that kind of adds to the mystique.
25 months and then they shut the books down, right?
Yep. And so I don't know when they're going to be more available, but hopefully soon. Hopefully he's catching up and the books will open back up.
Hey fam, they asked a question in the chat about the Knox 9, paying over MSRP to get one, like on Gunbroker. See it right there?
Yeah, I think how much over is the question. If it's 7,500, the gun MSRP's for 58.
58, yeah.
I wouldn't look. Don't. So let me give my disclaimer. Number one, I'm not a fan of the secondary market. I don't like people buying guns for the sake of flipping them and making a profit. I'm all for capitalism and all that, but I feel like it's destroying the gun market. So that's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say is this is not a Rafferty. This is not a Hayes. This is not a Venom. And by that I mean this is not a gun manufacturer that's only going to make 50 guns a year, right? The Knox 9 is going to be mass produced. They're ramping up now, but they will catch up, and I think they'll be readily available. I would say have some patience, and you'll be able to get one at MSRP.
I think so. I'm going to be at Jacob Gray's factory for a meeting and some shooting this Wednesday, so I'll have some more intel to share.
Oh, look at these two. All right. Let me share the screen. Bam.
Wow.
That is some detail work. So
Dude,
he took
they're bringing the heat early.
right. Look, they put that SVI grip, that scale grip. They took an XC, opened it up, did all of that precision etching on it, did the PVD. I think that's sick. I think that is sick.
That's exactly what I was talking about. When you take something that everybody can buy and you do that to it, man, that's props there. That's major.
And is that an Island Barrel Staccato P?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh, Staccato XL. It's an Island Barrel Staccato XL.
Oh, is that limited edition of 600?
It probably is.
Yeah.
It probably is. That's sick. That's sick. Yeah.
Man.
I gotta salute you. I gotta salute you for those two.
Yes, it.
So you took made two really good guns and elevated them to the point where they're amazing. That's is awesome.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is awesome.
Man, that's tough up here, man. That's some good heat coming in quick.
They're not messing around with it. Hold on. He sent me, my man sent me like 3 emails. Uh-oh.
Dang, I don't want to be the Glock that follows that.
Facts. Okay, look. I know my man Major Havoc is going to appreciate this one.
Ooh.
That's that Viking.
Oh, man.
That's that Vulcan, right?
No, that's the what? Oh,
that's the Valknut?
No, that's not the Valknut. That's the Loki. Is that a Loki?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, that's a commander. The Valknut's a 5. I can't tell if it is that a 4.6 or a 4 1/4.
It looks bigger than a 4 1/4.
Yeah, it does.
I'll check once I lower it.
Carlos said it is. Yeah, it might be. It might be the Valknut.
It's a Valknut.
Yeah, I just couldn't see the top. I couldn't see the other port on it. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the one I just. That's the one I just tested.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. I got my personal record split times on that after being an old man. I got a .11s and a .12s. That gun's fire. It shoots amazing.
100%. Confidence Reloaded. Hey, sis, what's good with you? Jason Parker, salute. Yogi from Puerto Rico. Oh, what's good, everybody?
Yeah, I was seeing a shadow there, and I said, yeah, that is a beautiful gun. I love it.
Viking. Did I do anything to my honcho? My honcho hasn't come in yet because I did do something to it. From factory, though. So stand by. My V2. All right. Man, incredible. Incredible. I saw those. Okay. He's killing it. These last few have all been from the same guy. So just know his collection is not for play.
Those T gun vault guns?
Could be.
The laser in the engraving work looks like it.
Yeah.
I can't see if it's got.
He does a lot with those dragon scales too. That whole SVI grip. He does a lot of stuff with those.
Yeah, is that the Ghoul's Staccato called the Ghoul?
I'm not sure.
He
said yes, sir. He said yes, sir. It's T gun vault.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Shout out to T. That's my guy. Shout out to Tar. Super nice brother. And I got a project coming with him. A couple projects coming on with him.
Yeah, that's
later in the year. All right. Oh, okay. Look. Stop playing. Here we go.
Ah, nice little Atlas.
Looks like is that an Apollo?
Do you see the ports?
It's hard to tell at the angle.
Yeah.
Is that ported? I think that's a port, right?
No, I think that's just the top of the serrations.
So then maybe it's an Athena.
Yeah, that's what.
Let me know in the chat if that's an Apollo or an Athena. It's hard to tell without looking at
it. They're the same length.
Yeah. Yeah, the only difference between the two is one is ported and one isn't.
But isn't the Apollo flush cut on the barrel and the Athena's not? I can't remember.
It's an Athena. Oh, he said, CK Kevin said it looks like an Athena.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, those aren't ports because it has Apollo's V-twin ports and they're slot ports, one on each side.
Okay. Well, it's a good looking gun.
Oh, for sure.
It's a good looking gun.
Are the palm swells a different color or is that just glare?
No, the palm swells are gray.
Gray. I kind of like that. And the safeties are gray. I see. Okay.
Yeah. And the barrel's that silver color.
I like
that. And then
you
got the upgraded trigger with the blue trigger with the blue mag extension.
Yep.
Yeah, no, solid job.
I like it. That's a good job. Yep, that is a good job.
Black King said the Apollo is not flush. That's why it's hard for me to tell whether it's Apollo.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
Let me see if he says it in his. Yeah, no, it wasn't Apollo. It was an Apollo.
It was an Apollo?
It was.
Okay.
It was. So it was ported.
Dang, hard to see.
Yeah. And keep in mind, y'all, I've said this many times, half of whether your gun gets love or not is the picture.
Yeah.
So make sure you're giving us a good look at it.
Yeah, like the picture on the T gun vaults, that was a good picture.
Yeah. Ooh. I think we both know who did the work on this gun. I think we both know who did the work on that gun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we know who did that work. Is he in the chat?
I didn't see him.
I didn't either.
That is TDS Gunworks if I have ever seen it.
There's no doubt. I know that grip. I know that slide cut. I know that window cut.
Yeah,
I know that finish.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice one. That's real nice, Eddie. Real nice.
Man, yes.
That's good work. Ported too. Chunk ported.
Yeah, it looks like he changed up the front sight.
Yep. Put it behind the port.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's good work. As always, TDS kills it. I certainly like some of his guns more than others, but I've never seen one I don't like.
Right, exactly.
Every time he touches the gun, it comes back.
And he doesn't
better than it was when he got it.
On some of the porting, he duplicates on the similar models, like if you're doing, the Kimber. But if you're doing things like that, he'll change them up, like he does on the Rock Islands as well. Changes them up a lot.
Right. If Gina or Shanna's in the chat, could you give
Hey Greg, yeah, I see it.
The Hit Squad competition shooters the email address? Look, this gun won on the Heat Check Honors Awards for Best New 2011 of 2025 and well deserved. Wait, yes. Is that? Oh no, that's the Wraith.
Yeah, that's the wrong one. Yep,
that's the Wraith.
Yeah,
but still, that's a fire gun.
That's just, I like the way you said it. It's just the Wraith.
Right.
It's a Wraith.
Not bad. That is still an incredible shooting gun. I mean, Dark Forge is doing it. And here's one of the things that I like about Dark Forge. They hit you with the Wraith. They followed that up with the Reaper. And they're focusing now on production. I'm sure in the background, they're doing R&D on whatever the next new gun is going to be. But some people are dropping a new gun before the other one has had a chance to breathe. I like the fact that they are getting the Wraith and the Reaper out there in the marketplace. As somebody who's relatively close to Covert, I know that Covert is getting more Reapers in stock than any other gun that they sell right now. So kudos to them for being able to try to keep up with demand. I see so many manufacturers drop a new gun and then you can't get it, or you don't get it for months and months and months.
They're behind from the get-go. I think they're saying 30 to 45 days from Covert for these Reapers.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent time. Because I want to say like the Nox 9s are like 9 months out.
Yeah, I think they're oversold.
Yeah. Erica says she wants to see color. So I can get that, Erica. Look, it just depends. Some people like an all blacked out murder gun. They like the look of that. It looks more menacing. But I too like a pop of color, so I can understand where you're coming from relative to that.
Yeah, I like the bling on some, but if it's a sinister look or something, if you're going to call it the Reaper, you don't want pink and blue. No, pastels.
Right. Hey, Smelly Viking Hooker, I couldn't agree with you more. He's got game. And I have not one, not two, but 3 guns at his shop as we speak. So stay tuned for that.
Join the club.
All right. We've seen this one around. Let me share screen. The Jacob Gray Hex.
Yeah, is that the green grip with the
copper barrel?
Yeah.
Look, solid 2011. Solid, real 2011, and well constructed, solid gun. And you've outfitted it nicely with an SRO. You got that TLR7 on it. Cool build.
I like it. I took that one right there was for my commander accuracy test. That thing was printing quarters at 15 yards.
Jacob Gray makes a good gun.
Oh yeah,
they make a good gun, and there's what I like about Jacob Gray is every gun gets better. Every gun gets a little better. They came out with that TWC9, which was a solid offering, especially for a first-time manufacturer. Right. Had some weaknesses to it, but for first time out of the box, wasn't bad. Then they stepped it up with the black. Then they did the Covert limited edition. Then they did the Hex. Now they've got the Pro Hex and the Nox 9. Every gun gets better and better and better. Tina, what I'm going to need you to do is stop capping, girl. We know what guns you got. Stop playing. Not all of these are out of your league by any stretch of the imagination. All right. Let's keep it going. Look, I did a video on this recently.
Yep.
When this gun first dropped, I'm not going to lie, I didn't love it. I thought it was a really good shooter. I thought it had the bling factor and all of that. But at the time, I already had the PewView version, and I knew I was getting the Covert version. So I was like, I don't really need this one. But I got to say, now that their prices have dropped to $3,000 and in some instances sub $3,000, oh, this is a buy. This is a buy gun.
When that first came out, the first batch or two, they were oversprung really bad. It was V10 ports. They came with a 12-pound spring. From the range, I called their technical support and got the gunsmith on the line and said, you need to get that dang spring out of there. So they come with 10s now, but they will run super good with a 9-pound variable or a 9-pound. they will fly. I love those guns when they're tuned right.
You guys heard it here. And keep in mind, fam, that's an MJD grip with an Atlas part kit for sub $3,000. It doesn't exist. And so if I'm somebody who wants to get a very good looking gun, and I'm not gonna pay $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9,000 for a gun, but I want a gun that looks good, that's eye-catching, that's made from good quality parts, and that shoots really, really well, that's ported, it's flat, it's fast, it has a good trigger in it. Is there a gun sub 3,000 better than the Demolition right now that you can think of?
Not with all the bling. That thing has got a lot of character to it. I did change on mine. I took that magwell off. It's a light aluminum one, and I put a heavy steel one on there, so I could get the weight more in my heel. And man, it tuned it up, man. It's really good.
Yeah. And you said you're running a 9.5 spring in it right now?
A 9-pound variable.
9-pound variable. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me. Some folks entered in the chat. I might have missed. Ghost Dog 54. Salute. What's good with you? Shooter Shaw. What's good, fam? Illuminate. What's good? If I missed you, my apologies. I'm trying to do multiple things.
And the folks that are, if they're buying springs for these guns, if you're buying Wolf springs, if it's in a white pack with green writing, that's a variable spring. If it's red writing, it's a standard weight spring. So the green writing one is a variable, and it really helps the gun. It just tunes it up. So that a lot of guns will run a little better with a variable, especially when they're running. You want a faster slide velocity and good follow-up shots, and you don't want it nose diving on return. The variable will solve some of that issues.
Agreed. Smoky Soldier, what's good? My man Mook said, I'm pleased with my new Staccato HD C4X. It's my carry gun. It's a good carry option. I'm going to be reviewing that gun. The review should be coming out in the next, 2-3 weeks. So stand by for that. Look, Staccato is going to make a good running, good quality gun. I don't know at the price. So this is an example. Now, look, if you're getting it for carry, okay. But that C4X is about $500 to $750 more than this Demolition. And it is not even in the same hemisphere as that Demolition. The Demolition is way better. So I'm saying for value buy, hard to beat the Demolition right now.
I think I saw them $2,700 on clearance a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and I think 2A Zone has them for something like 29, 28, somewhere in there too. So yeah. Tina's asking where can she get springs from?
I get a lot of stuff from Ben Stoger Pro Shop, Extreme Shooters, Shooter Supply. I get the Atlas stuff just from Perfect Zero now, which was Atlas's parts store. Perfect Zero.
Okay, this next gun is probably going to overwhelm you. This was sent in by everybody's favorite sister on the channel, CG Siege. Siege Talks. Siege wanted to share with us her special 2011. So why don't we go ahead and bring it up? Oh, yeah. That could be the hottest gun of the night.
That's how my customs start out.
Siege said, look, she's coming with it. She ain't going to get left out. She's not going to get left out. I heard that, Siege.
Prototype. Yeah, that's right. Somebody said prototype. That's what I call them.
Right.
You got to start somewhere.
100%. Look, these are two of my favorites. So let's go ahead and bring them up. These were also, this one was a multiple nominee last year in multiple heat check honors categories. and that's that Race City Defense RC9
Covert.
Mod 2.
Yep, Mod 2.
Covert edition. Yep.
Man, as far as shooters go,
man,
that thing punches way above its weight class.
This is another gun where I think you're getting a lot of value for the price point. I'm not saying that the Mod 2 is Atlas quality, but I would say it's Atlas adjacent for a fraction of the cost. Like, what's the cheapest V3 Atlas now? Like $6,500?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Atlas guns right now are running from like 6,500 on the low end to 8,500. Well, counting the Hades, 10,000 on the high end, right? And
Correct.
So for you to get something that's Atlas quality adjacent in the $4,800 mark, that's got the V ports and the inline ports, it's a hard gun to beat.
Well, it's shootability now, and I've shot every Atlas except the Hades. I even had the Chaos. Shootability, this one is configured in the same weight class I would call as the Apollo. No offense to Apollos, but when they were like 66, and this, if I remember right, was like 46 when they first came out. Yep. So the Apollo is ported. This is ported. Apollo chose their V-twin ports with the slots. Race City did this combination V slot, 3 on top. If you go to shoot them and you know how to run the gun, and you're capable of those 10s, 11s, and 12s, and 13, and 14, and 15 splits, you cannot put this gun down. There's nothing on the range that will put it to shame. Alice is better, let's say, quality, as far as machining, I guess. I mean, I'm saying I guess, but this gun will definitely, in the hands of a shooter, will outrun the dog crap out of the Apollo. And there's no doubt.
Yeah, I would agree. From a shootability standpoint, the porting system here, I think, is superior to the Apollo. So I think there's something to be said for that. I do think Atlas's kind of fit and finish is a little bit better. But yeah, just from a shootability standpoint, I think you're right about that. Yeah.
And Atlas will always get high marks for their grip, and then the panels and all. So right. I love Atlas, but as far as just the pure shootability,
this looks like a covert Reaper, ported in. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. That's a shooter.
That gun is crazy. Look, I got it found. So I've been so tempted. Who was that? I think it was Erica, my Five Family earlier, who said that we looked at that Wraith. Remember, it was all black. And she was saying, oh, I wish it had a little color to it. So I've been tempted to do something with my covert Reaper, but that gun is such a good shoot. You start making these guns too pretty, you start not wanting to shoot them, right? And that gun is such an amazing shooter. I'm not doing anything to it. It is just so flat and so fast.
Chuck, it's unbelievable. Chuck, don't be telling on me, man. Tactical chef.
All right. Let's keep it going. This one got sent to me on Instagram, and I forwarded it so I could share it because I thought it was really, really interesting. So this is a ported and comped Jacob Gray when there was not a Knox 9. I think the work was done by TDS Gunworks, if memory serves correct. Check this one out.
I'll let you know. I don't remember who did that one.
I think they said it was TDS Gunworks. If memory serves.
Let me see. Yep. There's a glare. Is that comp? Yep. That's a DSC comp barrel. So that's who did it.
I think that is very clever. Cleverly done, well done. I bet you it shoots amazing.
I'm sure. I haven't shot one like that.
Yeah.
I did a Prodigy with a DSC barrel like that. Poured it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it ran good.
I like the innovation on that. Well done, whoever sent that in. I think I got who sent it in.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was well done.
Have you ever used that comped barrel he's got he had right there?
Haven't. Oh, DSC all the way. Yeah, I have. But speaking of which, I got 2 guns at DSC right now.
Oh man.
I got 2 more guns at DSC right now as we speak. Look, fam, this is going to be a fun year. Yes, I'm going to bring a bunch of new great 2011s into the collection. I am going to buy some kind of more entry-level guns and build them up. And I'm going to take some of the guns in my collection and have some fun with them. So stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun in 2026. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. That's a gun that's in. Okay. Okay. It was only a matter of time before Infinity made an appearance. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Is that?
And I don't know.
Wasted Rainbow?
Yeah, I think it's the Rainbow.
Yeah, Wasted Rainbow.
Wasted Rainbow. Look, I love Infinity. Now, here's the thing about Infinity. They make so many different models and styles. Like, this would not be a 2A NLA gun. The colorway is not my jammy jam. But what I love about Infinity is somebody obviously loves this colorway and they had a gun for them, right? And so I think it all just depends on what's your jam. What I like about Infinity, if you like something that's a little more subtle, they have that. If you want something that is totally outrageous and out of the box, they have that. And then they have everything in between. What do you think about this?
You know, when I first saw it, I was like, man, I'm not sure I like those colors. But I tell you what, I've seen other people shoot that gun. I'm looking at this picture. It would definitely not fit into anything I have. So I'd get one. Because it's that different. And that's the one thing about Infinity is I always thought they were too frail looking as far as, just a little artsy fartsy art deco. But then you get old like me, you start thinking, they all start looking the same. And this one comes out there and it's like, man, this one's in your face. And I saw that gun shoot, man. So
good shooter. Well, they're all good shooters.
When they shoot, I'd do it. I'd pull the trigger on that one.
Yeah, agreed. Tactical Tina said that's an Omega's gun. We're not gonna hold that against it, Tina.
Well, somebody asked for a little color. Well, they just got it right here.
Right. CK Kevin said it best. Yeah. Not my jam, but I appreciate it. 100%.
Yep.
Well said. Hi, ABV. Salute, fam. What's good? This is a good question, Major Havoc. What do you say? What's a good entry gun to build up? Prodigy. I've seen a lot around the Gershon, I think he means.
Okay. The reason people are going with the Gerson is most of them are doing the Match X. The reason they're doing that, because it already has a little sex appeal to begin with and a performance advantage. It's kind of it's a Turkish clone of an XC. But the quality of the parts and the fitment of the Gerson is not where a Prodigy is currently. The skeleton or the bones or the foundation of the Prodigy lends itself to being able to be a heavy-duty workhorse, and it's more of a blank slate. If you want a compensated gun, you still go with the Match X or the Romulus, in my opinion. But the Prodigy, I can't say I don't love them. I did 7 of them with all kinds of upgrades. So I did 7 of those bad boys. So I can make the Prodigies can run, they'll beat up an XC all day long, and they'll hang with the best of them when you do them upright. Like Alan's got a real cool one, so it just depends on what you want to start with. Even the Mac 9, I'm concerned about how the new imports coming with the SDS and all that, but the Mac 9 had a good foundation as well. But anything with a plastic grip, I always change it, so that brings the price right up.
All right, we got a Nighthawk Custom agency. What is your opinion, Major Havoc, on Nighthawk? And then I'll share mine. What do you feel about Nighthawk Custom guns?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I just think that it's not appropriately priced all the time. I see that. I see that they don't change style much. And I've seen some inconsistency. Now, that's kind of just the thing. Nothing really enlightens me about them. But I'm not going to say anything bad, but it just doesn't give me the warm fuzzies. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I say it.
Yeah, there's a reason why, and I'm sure one day it'll happen. But there's a reason why I don't have a Nighthawk in my collection, because every time one comes available to me, there's something else in that moment that I want more.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so to me, that is saying something in and of itself, right? That there's always some gun I want more at the time. And so I think you're right. I think Nighthawk's designs are becoming a little dated.
Right.
I think their pricing doesn't necessarily reflect the quality. And I think their build quality, it used to be the mantra, one gun, one gunsmith. That was great when you only had a few gunsmiths and they were crazy good. Right. Now you've got some other guys where you wish maybe if I had two gunsmiths, it would be a little better.
Yeah, some checks and balances.
Right. But quality gun, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Salute. Well, what I would say is, as somebody who has an Apollo and a lot of other guns, I would say from a shootability perspective, yes. I don't know if those guns stack up to Apollo when it comes to fit, finish, and other things.
Agreed.
But yeah. I mean,
it's the shootability.
Yeah. So I think ABM, I think that's what I would be considering. I'll tell you what, though. Here's what I would say. And I put this out. Me and Major Havoc are in a 2011 text group. And I put this out the other day. V2s, 2A Zone has a V2 sale now where the V2s, and I'm sure there's some other people out there in the blogosphere that are coming in at $5,600. Now, $5,600 for an Apollo? She.
Oh, now I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Yeah, it's the shootability. That's what I'm saying. When we had the Mod 2 covert versus if there's a $2,000 difference, is the Atlas better fit, finish? Yes. Is it going to probably have better resale value? Yes. Is it going to have better collectability? Probably yes. But if you just go into the range for the pure shooting ability, the shooting pleasure, the shooting performance, you can get the same or slightly better just because of the way that Mod 2 is ported, just the way it's balanced, the way it's tuned. It was built to shoot. That's it.
100%. And Major Havoc, we'll get into this discussion before this night is over, because I definitely want to hear your thoughts on it. But Phoenix Trinity has been on the front page for all the wrong reason over the last few days. Again. But as a classic example of what Major Havoc is talking about, that Honcho V2 is nowhere near the build quality of an Atlas, but just straight shootability, just going out and having fun shooting on the range, it is hard to beat that gun. So just keep in mind there's a difference between build quality, fit, and finish, and shootability.
Correct.
Is this a Masterpiece Arms?
1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't think so.
Whoever sent this, if you're here, could you drop down and let us know who the manufacturer is on that?
If it is, I don't recognize that comp. It could be a newer one. I don't know.
Oh, it's a McLaren open gun.
McLaren Custom.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard of them. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, McLaren Customs. Yep.
Do they make good guns?
Yeah, they're really, really basically hand built guns. Yeah, very, very good stuff. McLaren Customs, very good. Have you heard of D2 Customs?
Yeah.
This, I mean, the McLarens. I mean, I think the McLarens and the D2s and all that are I love Masterpiece. You know that. They're certainly well above that, especially in the major power factor.
Agreed. So Greg says, I like my Apollo more than my RC9. Build quality is not the same. Yeah, that's what we were saying.
Yeah, we agree.
Yeah, the Atlas build quality is very, very good. Very close to a custom gun. Probably about as close as you can get to a custom gun without it being custom.
Right.
The Race City Defense is not that, but look, it's a fraction of the cost, right? So you got to take that into consideration. Could Atlas produce a gun as good as the RC9 if they had a 4,800 price point? That would be a challenge. That would be a challenge. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Oh, I saw that one. Here we go. And this is another thing that me and Major Havoc were talking about. You guys saw that last Infinity. That was crazy bright. Now take a look at these two. So these two are much more subtle, much more subdued. You got an island barrel. I'm not sure which models these are.
I can't.
Yeah, and then hold on. There's another picture too. Let me see if I can. There we go.
Yeah, it's upside down.
Well, one of them is, yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know the model, but that's like, geez, it almost looks short to me in that picture, like they're four fives,
maybe, or 4 1/4. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they made not 4 6s. I think they made 4 5s. That they call them.
They do. My Baby Monster is a 4 5.
Yeah, that's about what that looked like in size. You know, is that grip on the black one? Is that one that's kind of like diamond inlay texturing? Is that it? I can't tell.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not like my Baby Monster grip, but I've seen this grip.
Yeah. Oh no, they had a name for that. Not the skateboard grip. That's can't tell.
Yeah, Siege, you're the star of the night so far. Your gun was the star of the night so far. Shout out to Chad who dropped that one on us. Let me see. Oh my God. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what. This is an entirely nice group of guns all night long.
100%.
Oh man! I mean, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah. I like this one.
Yeah, that's that grip.
Like that. Yeah, that's the grip that's on my Baby Monster.
Yeah.
I like this one. It's got that like desert camo, slide to frame, magwell. Yeah, that's a good looking gun.
Yeah, that is.
This is I hope you guys are getting a sense. If you guys are unfamiliar with Infinity, I hope you guys are getting a sense of like what we're talking about. Like there is so much variety there that whatever your thing is, Infinity has multiple guns that can be yours if you can get one. Not easy to come by. I saw Amazing has a video on the Akira. Where does that gun really fit in between the other name? Is it really worth $7K? I hear island barrels are expensive, but worth it. Yeah, that's a tough question. I'm gonna let you take that one.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Yeah, that's a hot one.
What's good, pal?
Oh, yeah. So, okay, here's the deal. By nature, island barrel guns are expensive for multiple reasons. First of all, the barrel itself is very hard to source in any quantities to make multiple guns.
It is.
And that being a 5-inch one as well. Then the slides, the machining on the slides and the fit is very expensive. One mistake and you've wasted the slide. And then fitting the barrel to the slide with the slide, it's just a machining nightmare. So when somebody asks me, is an island barrel gun worth that? Yeah, I have to look at this. I know every component that's in that gun. I know who made the slide. I know who made the frame, every part that's in it. And then you saw it on camera. Just the fit and finish was really good. I did the overhead tabletop where you could see right with the camera lens, right at the crack of the ejector and the extractor. I mean, is it worth $7K? I ask you this. Is the Infinity Island barrel worth $10,500? Is the Hayes Island barrel worth $8,500? Tell me a comparable. Where can you get those high quality all metal island barrel guns with the bling, with as smooth as it was? You know, when's the last time you saw an Atlas Island barrel gun? I'm waiting. They don't exist. You know, right, so there's no comparables. So it's for that, I would say if you want to play the island barrel game, and you can get one of those, I don't think you can go wrong. You know,
I would agree. I think there's something. Now, I haven't shot that gun. I'm trying to get one in my hands for review as well. But what I would say is, yeah, when I bought my Hayes Island Barrel Triport, I paid $6,500 for it. So if you ask me what would be better, which would I rather have, the Hayes or that Akira, I would say the Hayes. But that same Hayes is $8,500 now.
Exactly.
$1,500 more expensive. And so, yeah.
I have the luxury of shooting the Hayes and the Akira on the same day. They're both they were both in my hands. I mean, the pictured one here on the screen earlier, my gun is that gun. I don't have the gold barrel. Mine's a silver Hayes ported island barrel with the black DLC parts. So it's just silver and black instead of got the gold on it.
And how did it match up to a Hayes? Because that will help me. Because
I'm going to tell you what, shooting it, I'm not going to say it was a Hayes, but it was so damn close. It was so damn close. You know, looks wise, it seems more modern. Remember the Hayes, we all know it. It's classic, clean, and simple. It's just simple elegance. It is basically the Bentley of the batch, right? It's the Bentley. I call it
the Rolls Royce,
right? Exactly. So it's just, I call it the Bentley because it's got some horsepower along with the elegant looks. You know, it just goes. So I tell you that's what I think. Shootability was very close. The slide action, the slide to frame fit. The only difference was right on the nose. There was just a smidgen of movement on the Akira that wasn't on the Hayes, but at the rear and the barrel fit, I would say they were identical. It's just, you know, but you know, it's a sample size of one. I've shot, you know, 5 or 6 Hayes, but only one Akira Island barrel because that was the number one produced gun they sent me. You know, and I tested the prototype for them for a private test months ago. The black one that was in the teaser video, that was me shooting it. So I've actually shot 2 Akiras, but only one that's a production gun. And I think, you know, you either go 7 or you can jump up to Hayes. But if you want to jump up to Hayes, you jump up to 8,500. Yep. And it was a 2,500.
If you can get one. If
But
you
that
can
was
get your
25
hands on
month
one.
wait, and then they cut it off, so it's going to take them a year to catch up. So once they open the books, you're still going to be 2 years in the future, a year from now. So about 2030, you might get one.
Right. Look, we have this one up on the screen. I couldn't leave without us talking about this. Talk about a rare find, a rare gun, the Atlas Hades. Now, between you and me and the four walls, Atlas is going to come out with another gun sometime this year. We don't know all the details. They're keeping that pretty close to the vest, but it's going to have a lot of holes. That's what I was told. It's going to have a lot of holes. So shout out to my man Den for being able to pick up a Hades. These are few and far between. By the way, I saw one on Gunbroker on sale.
19.
26.
Oh, 26.
26 grand.
Wow. Well, they were 10,250 or 10,500 on the, and they lasted 2 minutes before the website crashed.
Exactly. His squad competition. When you guys do your reviews, can you let the audience know what grains and ammo power factor uses to test? Maybe I missed that part, fellas. We'll do. Major half is probably better. Typically speaking, for my reviews, I'm shooting 124 grain FMG. And it could be from different manufacturers because sometimes my ammo is sponsored. But that's my standard. And then I have like a kind of bag or case of like miscellaneous stuff that's all mixed together. And I'll usually do one mag or two mags of that and just see if it'll run whatever I put through it.
Yeah,
but typically, the majority of my rounds are 124 grain FMG.
I use for testing to be consistent between each gun. I always start out with the same ammo every time, every gun. If it's a 2011, it's S&B 124 FMJ. It's basically 148 power factor. It's a snappy load. I shoot it in ported guns, non-ported guns, whatever. And like I said, I went through 41 cases of it last year. So that's my go-to for everything. And then my ammo tests, I run 9 to 12 different ammos, like you saw on the Akira test and the Watchtower test, the RC9 test. Well, I'll run everything from 115 all the way to 150. But the 124 is the go-to, and it's S&B for consistency and chrono testing. But Federal's good. Well, most of the FMJ 124s, because Alan shoots a lot of ported guns and comp guns like I do. So we're probably using a little more quality ammo than you have to. But
all right, my man has a very good question. As somebody who owns the MPA Hyper TC, who shot multiple demolitions, and who owns the Covert Miller Precision, I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. I think you're talking about very high value guns. So the MPA Hybrid TC runs around in the mid threes. That gun is an amazing shooter. The demolition, we already spent a lot of time talking about at its current price point. Hard to beat that gun. And for a hybrid pistol to be coming in at 4,800 with that quality, and there is a definitely step up from the prototype that I shot, the original production model, and now the current production model. I think those three are some of the best value guns out there right now.
Yeah, I'd say just for the all-out beating the death out of it, shooting it hard, and abusing it the way it was intended to, I'd go with the MPA TC Hybrid. I mean, mine's a steel grip gun. I had to order mine because I didn't want the aluminum grip. I had to wait a little extra, about an extra 2 months, but it's well worth it. It's heavy, it's a beast, it's flat, and it's extremely fast.
Yeah, the Dark Forge Wraith. Guys, look, great gun.
Oh, yeah.
Great friggin' gun. Great looking, great shooting.
Yeah. Now, they had two Wraiths. When it first came out, they had a polymer grip. Then they came out with the aluminum grip. And then right after that, they dropped that Reaper.
Yeah, well, I don't
know
why they did the polymer grip.
Who does?
They came. I don't know why they did the polymer grip. They came out with the polymer grip, and they came out with the aluminum. And once the aluminum came out, nobody wanted the polymer anymore.
Yeah, well, Jeff got a polymer one. He couldn't wait. So he's got a polymer one. I'm like, it was like 2 weeks later, the aluminum grip came out. Like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So I'm biased on this one. The Atlas Artemis sight block gun. This is my LO. This is not my gun, but I have an Artemis. That's my LO pistol. I don't know of a better sight block gun than the Artemis.
That's my second favorite Atlas right there. Somebody asked earlier in the chat what my favorites were. The Artemis it's my second favorite of all the
Everybody knows what my collection looks like. I shoot my Artemis more than any other gun in my collection.
I probably would.
I love it, but it is expensive.
It's a balanced, very well balanced shooter.
Look, I owe a lot. Shout out to my boys at Covert. I owe a lot to Covert. This gun came into Covert, and I really wasn't thinking about an Artemis at the moment, and they were like, "Oh, you should think about it." I got this gun for $6,000. It's now $8,500.
Yeah,
great gun. Smelly Viking Hooker said he used S&B. Yeah, S&B makes really good stuff. PMC is good as well.
Yep.
All right, let's keep it going. All right, my man. Woo! Okay, let's get some budget. We've been on all this high end stuff. Let's get to some budget bills.
Yeah, bring in my world. Bring in my world.
Yeah, no doubt. That's that. Weren't we just talking about this?
Yeah.
Were we just talking about a Gersan not too long ago?
Yes, probably seems like 5 minutes ago.
Right, right.
But turn that turntable on. That's BTG's gun. I know that.
BTG.
That's.
If it's black and gold, I just assume it's a BTG gun.
Yeah. He's done got me putting gold on my guns.
BTG always comes with the gold.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, that's
yeah. Hold on, let me make that a little bigger.
That's the Brat.
Brat, yeah, that's that Brat.
Yep. Now BTG,
hey, BTG, you can't give your own gun fire, bro.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You can give it fire. You can give it fire.
BTG gave his own gun fire. I heard that.
Yeah, but he only had 2 fires.
Right. Right. Well done. Look, my man BTG knows how to put together a gun, and I like that he has that Olight PLX on it. I like that. I like that light. Well done, my friend. Well done.
Well, what kind of holster will that light go in? Was it go where a Streamlight would go, or where a Surefire would go?
I think it does. Hey, BTG, could you let us know? I think it does. I should know. I did a review on it.
Putting that gun in the holster.
Streamlight.
BTG is not putting that gun in the holster.
Right, because he's always at the indoor range. BTG, can we get you to go to an outdoor range, bro?
Yeah, he ain't putting that gold gun and scratching up that gold in the holster.
All right, we got another one.
Yeah, Mexican character.
Woo! Bring in the heat.
Ooh.
Bring the noise.
Ooh.
That's nice. That is nice.
We talked about
real
that.
Nice, real nice.
The top of the show. Remember I said taking something and making it your own and personalizing it, upgraded. Man, that's class right there.
What is that? What gun is that?
You don't know what that is? Come look at it real close. That's a Rock Island. That's a 1911. That's a 1911. He is disqualified. That's a 1911 DS. No, that is a good. That's a Rock Island.
totally flipped that script.
Yeah, look at the grip. See, it's got the 2 screws. That's
Yeah.
It's a
1911.
D10 grip panel on there, and that is that was a bull barrel. It's been the rear sight was milled off and it put a custom sight plate on it. Relocated the front sight. Looks like it's got V4 slot ports. And is that a mini chunk port? Our chunk port on those? Yes, chunk port.
That's the chunk port up front. This is a whole new gun.
Yeah, that thing. And the thing is, that gun needed to lose some weight because that gun was an anchor. So having all those slide cuts actually helps that gun. And those windows in it, that's just amazing.
That's BTG. You outdid yourself on that one, my guy. I'm guessing Trenton did the work.
Yes, he did. And let me tell you something. BTG pulled a fast one on me. I thought he was going to go with yellow gold. He pulled a fast one on me, and he went with that gold right there, and that thing pops.
That's dope.
Man, that is killer.
And look, let me tell you what I'm more impressed by. The gun is amazing. It's amazing. The ingenuity, the creativity, amazing. Let me tell you what I'm most proud of. He has a real red dot and a real light on his gun. Because normally
you went there.
BTG will throw some budget, no-name optic and light on his guns. My man went all out on this one. I am very impressed.
I'm waiting for
the DX300. Great job.
I'm waiting for the red dot to come out called a BTG. I can see you special. I can see you special.
BTG said, I was out of CV Life Optics. Thank God. Thank God. Boy.
Woo. BTG, that's nice, brother.
All right. Okay. This is the one you're talking about earlier. This is the other Gershon you were talking about earlier. The Match X.
Yep.
I mean, good job. Good job making it different, making it your own. Again, I don't know if I would have went with this specific thing, but it's not my gun, right? And so, yeah.
Well, I know the work. I know the grip. I know the optic cut. I don't recognize the color scheme. I tell you, I think I know who made that gun, who upgraded that gun. And that, if it is, it's going to run good. That looks like Cosent did the upgrades on that gun.
Mm. Well, you would know if it's Cosent, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it sure looks like Cosent did the upgrades because that's definitely their grip, and that's their optic cut. If it has 3 ports behind that front sight, it's the complete package that I helped design. The very first week the Match X came out.
Yeah, they only gave me one pick of that one.
See, that's what I think. Taking that $900 or $1,000 gun and doing that to it, and the creativity, the shootability of it. I mean, that's I give fire for those things like that.
Okay, I'm going to choose.
Yeah, Tactical Chef. You're right. It's just the green was throwing me.
So this is a brand I don't think people talk about enough.
Oh yeah,
now I don't have.
That's a custom one.
But I hear nothing but good things about them.
Yep. Well,
have you shot this gun?
I've shot that exact gun, not just that brand. I've shot that gun.
I figured. How did it shoot? How do you like them?
And it shoots good. Now I'll tell you this, just telling it keeping it real. The porting on it to me is not as effective as it could be. But you know me and my 45-year affair with porting. Since the 1981, I think, so I got my first ported gun. So I'm going to say it fit, finish, quality. It's really a nice gun. I love it. But I even went back to the guy sent him an email that builds a gun, say, hey, I'll buy one of your guns, but let me have you put my ports, what I do the ports my spec. I never got a response on the email, but it's a great gun. I just think the ports could be more effective. If I'm paying for ports, I want them to be effective for performance, not just cool looking.
Now BTG has a Vulcan Works gun. I handled it. I shot some rounds through it at RGG's meetup. From a fit and finish perspective, what would be a good comp for Custom Works for the people?
What would be a good what?
What would be a good comp for?
Okay, good comparable. I'd say it would be a step above, let's say, like Voodoo.
Okay.
A step above the Type A.
Okay.
Definitely a step above any Staccato ever built. You know.
Right.
You know, it's. I mean, the slide in the frame is very good. The finish. Now, all the ones I've seen have been like this one here, where they were a finished stainless. There was no coating.
Right.
Like that gun is raw metal, stainless that's been high polished or matte polished and two-tone polished, and it's just a sexy gun. I've seen a couple where he's come with this high polished and satin polished DLC, and they look also very good. So, and the price point on these I don't remember, but you have a build sheet and you spec it out yourself, kind of like Greg has his build sheet. So you get a lot of leeway on what you want. You pick almost every part on the gun as far as the major components, like which of the 3 to 5 grips you want, which safeties do you want, porting or not porting, which finish do you want, which trigger do you want. So there's a lot to be said about that, where you can kind of make it yours before it even gets here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, agreed. Would you put it in the same kind of build quality class as a Race City Defense gun, or is it a step below that?
As far as fit and finish and quality parts, I say just about the same.
About the same. Okay.
Shooting performance, the Race City wins.
Okay. Now look, Chuck is my buddy. I've had some conversations with Chuck. That's my guy. I know that's your bestie. Who's going to tell Chuck he had no business putting a Swamp Fox optic on this gun? Is it going to be me or you?
Well, I own a Swamp Fox optic, so.
But would you have put it on a Vulcan Works gun?
Well, hell, I'd put it on an Atlas.
Oh, I gotta go. All right. That's the BTG in y'all.
I know.
BTG in y'all.
We got some BTG in us.
I'm all for the budget optics on a budget gun. You got a nice gun, you spend some money on. You gotta put it.
Us old people, we put an optic on that we can see the dot the best.
Okay, we get a little old school. I can appreciate this one.
Oh man, I can't.
OGSPI.
I can't say nothing about that gun because that right there was one of the first competition guns I ever shot. That went after double stack, after I left Para Ordnance.
Yeah, look, I mean that's one of the forefathers.
That's it.
Can't be mad at that.
Nope.
That is a classic. That is a classic.
And I know the mean person who just sent that into you. They must have known I was going to be on here or something. they probably sent that email after the broadcast started.
Right.
I'll text him and say, get that off the screen. I love that gun.
Salute.
Oh, look at that. BTG for the win, hands down in the chat.
I don't know. We've seen the first like 10 or 15 guns out of the gate were crazy.
I know, that was amazing.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not so fast, STD. Not so fast, my friend.
Ooh, that's a T-gun vault pair.
Look at that cosin. Look at that. Now, this is the same gun as that very first 3.5 cosin that we saw. A little bit, this one has a chunk porch versus the inline, but look at the difference in what a gun could be.
No way.
And that's a PT. Okay, so Major Havoc, while we got the Phoenix Trinity up there, talk to me about what your thoughts were. If everybody, let me give it some background. Let me give it some context. So Phoenix Trinity has been a long time 2011 manufacturer and 2011 parts manufacturer. It wasn't too long ago that Phoenix Trinity was supplying Atlas with parts for their own guns before Atlas brought everything in-house.
That's right.
So they've been around for a very long time. They make some very good shooting firearms. Their Achilles heel has always been their quality control and customer service. It's kind of like you're not sure what you're going to get. You could get a PT gun that you put thousands upon thousands of rounds through without a malfunction, or you can get one that you can't get through a mag. And so that's been kind of the nature of, to me, they should be where Atlas is if they have better quality control, better customer service reputation. Well, recently, Honest Outlaw bought a gun, a $7,500 Phoenix Trinity, that he had all kinds of cycling problems with. And if you're like
documented.
Yeah, documented. And if you're a gun reviewer like me, like Major Havoc, like Honest Outlaw, you put a lot of rounds, at least 1,000+ rounds through a gun before you do a review. So by Honest Outlaw's admission, sometimes he could run 100 rounds in a row without a problem. But then it was jam, stovetop jam, whatever the case may be, not go back in the battery all the way. He packaged it up, sent it back. They looked at it, sent it back to him, and he said it operated worse than before he sent it. Now, I want to be balanced here. Subsequent to that, Phoenix Trinity issued a video where they had their FFL, which is Battleheart Armory, test fire the gun. He ran 2 mags through it, had no issues. He then sent it back to Phoenix Trinity. Phoenix Trinity ran a couple of rounds through it, had no issues, and they sent it back to Honest Outlaw, who immediately had issues. So I'm not saying, it's not a he said, she said, because you had video evidence from Honest Outlaw that the gun was not cycling. You also had video evidence that it was cycling when Phoenix Trinity and Battleheart Armory tried to run it, but they only ran a couple of mags through it, right? They couldn't duplicate the issue. So if you can't duplicate the problem, it's hard to address the problem. It's like when your car is making a funny noise and you take it to the mechanic, and when you get there, the car isn't making the noise. It's hard for the mechanic to deduce what the problem is. So that's the background for all of this. What was your takeaway?
Well, my takeaway was when they received the gun and then couldn't duplicate it, the communication at that point didn't seem to be appropriate. They sent it back, and it was basically they weren't taking any, accountability or whatever what he was trying to prove to them. And the QC and the denial and the communication, I think that was bad. And from what I saw, the gun wasn't right. The gun wasn't right. They made some strategic errors. They made communication errors. They should have just sent them a new gun, is what they should have done in that situation, but they didn't. It kind of gives me more the creepies. We took some heat when we first reviewed the Honcho V2s, if you remember. Me, you, and Jeff had the first 3.
Right.
And it was like, no, man, they're pieces of crap and all that. And what we always said is, and what I do is, I'm not reviewing their past with somebody else's problem. I'm reviewing the gun in my hand. How is this one doing? What did it do for me? So there's no hearsay, there's no internet rumors. It's what did it do and what did I encounter? And then if you did the same thing and 5 people did the same thing, then we can say at least those 5 did what they were supposed to do. So I review the gun, not the lady at the on the helpline, not the I don't review that. I'm not HR, but they certainly need a publicist and they need a PR firm for sure,
Right.
And they need somebody that knows what a gun's supposed to perform like as a QC person. You don't want the QC person afraid of the gunsmith who built the gun. You want the QC
100%.
Has power to reject. QC should have the power to reject and send it back to the line to be worked on. That's where most places differ. The QC has to be the last person.
It's funny you say that. I was talking to somebody, one of the higher ups at Atlas, and one of the things that they said was, you would be amazed at how many guns go to scrap that don't make it through their QC process. You would be amazed at how many guns go to scrap. And I think that there's a reason why Atlas has such a good reputation. That's not to say that no Atlas ever has an issue. Of course they do. But how do you respond to that issue is important. And how much work up front you do on your QC is a lot. Now, what we are looking at right here is it looks like a couple of Omens. A couple of Skip's guns, Omen. As somebody who reviewed his most recent gun, scored an 89 on my channel, I can tell you that one of one gun was a great shooter. Great shooter. Fit and finish was great. Balance was great. Reliability was great. Finishes were great. Outstanding job on that gun.
Yeah, I'm supposed to. I think I'm going to be testing one of those in the next 3 or 4 weeks. I hope.
Nice.
It certainly looks like you enjoyed shooting that one. That was for sure.
I did. They attached this, but they didn't attach a pit. So I don't know what to do with that one. Okay. See, this is what happened. I tell you, seeing one gun and my man Tatted Cops, he doesn't go for one. He's gonna give you the boom bang beam.
There we go. Remember we talked about
the boom bang beam.
Picture quality.
Yeah, we got an Artemis, we got an EOS, and that looks like an Apollo.
It is. So there, I can see from that angle that is the Apollo. Yep.
So we got the Trilogy.
Yep.
Those are some good guns. You got your competition pistol, you got your do-it-all pistol, and you got your carry pistol. Not too shabby.
That's a rack.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, okay, so that's about 12, 13. That's about $20,000 in guns in this picture. That's about 20 as it stays. If you had to buy them today, I'm not sure when my man picked up these, but as of today, if you wanted to buy all those 3 guns, that is 20 racks sitting on the table.
Yep, 21.
Yeah. My man, it's nice to have rich friends. I'm glad I have rich fans like Major Havoc and Tatted Cops.
Yeah. I'm with BTG. We the budget kings.
All right. I like this.
Ooh.
That's an Athena. Let me drop it down a little bit.
I like that colorway.
You don't see a lot of Atlases with different colorways. So it's nice when you find one that has a little pop to it.
Yep.
I think this is well done.
I like it.
What do you think? Have you ran one of these fusion optics?
Yes. Matter of fact, that the Akira that I'm testing, it came with that on it when they sent it. They sent with that optic. I like it has a multi-reticle system in it, and you can change the dot size and the dot shape. You get the circle dot and all that, and it has a real small dot, which is what I used when I was doing the accuracy testing until the sun came in our eyes. Yeah, it seems to be good. It's a little thick, in the shroud cover, but it's intentionally like that so they can have a piece that goes on to make it enclosed. So it gives you an SRS, like an SRO type sight window. So from behind the gun when you're shooting it, it's very similar to an SRO. The side vision is a little bit thick, if you can see from this angle where the word fusion is. Or Apex. I can't read if that says Apex. The company's Apex, and Diffusion is the model.
Yeah, I was trying to see how much those Apex optics were running.
I think $550 is the retail.
Yeah, $550 retail for it.
Yeah, I think street price. So the thing is, now just between me, you, and the fence post, if it's the same price as an SRO, I'm going with the tried and true SRO.
That's fair. That's fair.
If it was $400 and SRO was $535, I'd give this a go.
Have you seen that new primary arms optic that
with that new reticle in it?
Yeah, the HLX or whatever it is.
Yeah, just online, not in person.
So I haven't seen it in person. I want to try one. I'm gonna try to see if I can get one for review. But that's like a $700 optic. It's $700. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of good optics out there at that price point. Oh, wow. Okay, we got one more. I'm on the last gun. Oh, wait a minute. No, I missed one. Oh. I like this. It's my man, Brian. That's a winning hand right there. That's a Athena, a G2P, and EOS.
Man, that's hard to beat.
Man. Ooh. And nice Cardinal Arms makes an appearance on the live, because I think when it comes to, if somebody asks me like, what is the closest thing to like Atlas quality from a more of a mass produced gun, I think Cardinal Arms kills it. To me, they're a step above Ray City Defense when it comes to the fit and finish on the gun.
Well, see, I will agree, and I'll take it one step further. Because the Atlas aesthetics have been so similar for a few years.
Yep.
The Cardinal, the G2, the G2P, and the E3, they just come out with a different aesthetic. It's a luxury feel. It's a luxury look.
Yep.
It's smooth. I would put it with Atlas. I wouldn't put it beneath it. I would just have to put it with it.
I think that's fair. I think to say it's Atlas quality, I think that's fair. And I think it's a better, I mean, depending on which one, but yeah, I would argue that aesthetically, it's more unique look.
Correct. Yeah. I just I just hate that they're going to delay that E3, but I know why, and you know why. Yeah, and it's going to be a stellar performer when it hits the market. But the G2P is the class of their field right now, and that's probably one of my favorite in that class of guns of the night, as far as for shootability and value. When you say value, it's a high priced gun. There's no doubt. But it's a very, very good gun. I just love it.
Like, for instance, so the G2P, that's like 5,800, right?
Yes.
Right in the range, right?
Yeah, Covert has them, I think, for 5,750. I might be wrong.
Okay, so right around $5,800, $5,750, $5,800. I can tell you that gun, in my opinion, is better than an Athena. Ported.
Oh yes, no doubt.
Ported aesthetically, like I would rather. Maybe better isn't the right word. I would rather have that than an Athena, and it's cheaper.
Correct.
And it's cheaper.
Yeah, there's that right there. You just can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah, love it. Okay, we got one more. Okay, and since we're doing one last one, let's end it on a budget gun. All right, let's end it on a budget gun for all my budget peeps in the house.
Well,
it's Matt X.
It's got some upgrades.
Yes, it does.
So let me see what I like. Okay, so they've upgraded. They've got an Atlas trigger. What grip is that? I can't.
Is that the Atlas grip?
I can't tell because it's blurry, but it sure looks like the Atlas, the Staccato version. Yeah, so it's an Atlas grip.
Yeah.
Atlas trigger. They didn't do an optic cut because that's a Gideon Judge, which is still RMSC, which was the Achilles heel on those Turkish guns with that RMSC. But I left mine. I optic cut mine. It still has the standard frame. I can't tell if it's ported or anything like that, but I'd almost bet whoever did it put an EGW kit or an extreme kit. Somebody did an ignition kit because the hammer's different. It looks like it. The trigger's different. The grip's different. The blended grip safety. So my guess is it's been gone through totally on the inside. I just don't know about the porting. Other than that, man, I like it.
Yeah, Shooter Shaw said this is his Frankenstein build. He's still working on it.
I love Frankensteins. Are you going to ask him if he's going to port? Are you going to port it?
Are you planning on porting it as well as doing, as obviously it's got the comp on? Are you planning on porting it and comping on it, get a little hybrid action going?
I can tell him what
Atlas grip and internals.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Well, good stuff. Look.
Oh, they're right. The G2 was 5750. The G2P is 500 more, 6250. They're correct. The chat corrected us. That's right. Yeah, Atlas grip and internals. If you want to Shooter Shaw, if you want to port that thing, you can do 3 inline ports right above those serrations, top inline, behind the front sight, and it will make that gun and that comp come alive. And I said so.
All right, look, fam, we got a couple giveaways tonight.
Hey, fam, you didn't put a gun in the mix tonight.
I didn't. I usually don't put my guns in the heat check. I try to keep it fair and balanced, keep it impartial. Yeah. So look, fam, we're going to be giving away an EDC bag, and that's going to also come with a 2A NLA patch and keychains and some gun snob stickers. So everybody drop hashtag EDC bag in the chat. And you do not have to be a member for this. If you're a member, you can still put hashtag EDC bag, but non-members are eligible for this giveaway. Howard J, my guy, I didn't even see you, bro. Miss you. Hope you and the fam are all doing well.
Hey, fam, you noticed there was no water tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, look.
I'm serious.
I look. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say it. When it comes to my subscribers, I don't think there's anybody that comes with the heat on a kind of rate your guns platform as the people who come to heat check. They come bringing it over here.
Yes, right, man. They bring the heat.
100%. CK Kevin said we snobs. Facts. And proud of it.
Exactly.
CK, and
Join
proud of it.
We're going to get a t-shirt.
100%. We are snobs and proud of it. PB Jealousy, salute. What's good with you? Straight Line B2B, salute. Whenever whenever it's time for the giveaway, all the people who've been kind of like, hanging in the bushes, they all come out. So then I can see the people who are actually watching. Quan, what's good?
Yeah, it was 4 million people watching.
Right. Derek Stallings, what's good? Jason Parker, if I haven't already said what's up, what's good?
Oh.
All right, fam. I'm going to give you going once. Hashtag EDC bag. Going twice. Hashtag EDC bag. Going 3 times. Hashtag EDC bags. For Quan said he asked 3 good questions. Did I miss them?
You know what? I'll be honest. It's hard to read all those comments when they're flying at 600 miles an hour and we're watching time to rate a gun. It's right. it ain't easy being us.
You're right. 100%. But I'm going to come back to you in case we didn't answer your question because I want to make sure if you ask some good questions, we get an answer for you.
That's
all right. Going once, going twice. Let's go. Burner Girl. My sis Burner Girl won. Congrats, sis. Congrats.
Awesome.
All right, Burner Girl, email me at 2anla@gmail.com with your address and everything, and I will get your bag out to you. Now, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but for Quan, did we answer your questions, fam? If not, drop them in the comments again, and we'll try to get to the questions if they didn't get answered. Demo Reloaded TV, salute.
Okay, the Knox 9, the question one of them was the Knox 9 worth that extra price in the aftermarket? He asked,
we talked about that.
Was it worth $7,500? And I said, no, I just wait. Yes. Like you answered that. Gersan Build and Akira Island being worth $7,000. Yeah, I believe I covered the both of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
So unless they have a more specific question.
I'm glad we got to it. All right. So let's stop sharing this. And now it's time for our member giveaway. And so on the member giveaway, we're going to be giving away this O-Sight K, as well as a 2A NLA patch and keychain, and some Gun Snob stickers. So let me bring up the members wheel. All right. We got all our members up there. Snap, what's good, fam? All right, let's see what it's gonna do. Marcus D. Okay, so look, fam. I don't know if I've seen Marcus D in the chat, but here's the way it works. Marcus D has until the next live to email me at 2anla@gmail.com to give me his info. If not, this optic goes back into Kitty and we'll give it away again on the next live. Look, man, I want to thank my main man, Major Havoc, for staying up late, hanging out with us. We appreciate you more than you can imagine. If you are not subscribed to my man Major Havoc's channel, please go over the second you get off of this live and subscribe to his channel, and make sure you select all post notifications. He is a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of information, and he does some of the best technical reviews out there, in my opinion.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I enjoyed helping out.
No doubt. All right, fam. That's it for tonight. Hey, we got a video airing tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern, where I am going to be doing a look at some of the hybrid pistols in my collection, doing kind of a comparison with some of the hybrid pistols in my collection. So make sure you guys check that out. All right. That's it for tonight, y'all. Take care of one another, and peace.
Peace out. Thank you.